guys, it's Centennial with Ahimsa, and this is actually going to be our first of very many vegan recipe tutorials. Today we're going to be making some whipped cream from coconut, so sweet. So what you're going to need is 1 empty bowl, 2 forks, up to 3.5 cups of confectioner's sugar, 2 cans of whole fat coconut milk, and 1 big metal bowl. So the first thing you need to know before you get started on making your whipped cream is that you cannot just go into this all willy-nilly. The first thing you need to do is actually take your coconut milk. Do not shake it. Put it in the fridge for overnight for at least 8 hours. I've personally never tried putting it into the freezer for like an hour or so. You can try that. I prefer to take things slow and steady so that they're perfect. But yeah, the next thing you need to do is take your big metal bowl and put it in the freezer for at least 30 minutes so that it can chill. Obviously this can be longer than 30 minutes. And you also want to take one of your forks and put it in the freezer as well. What you're going to do now is you're going to take your refrigerated coconut milk and you're going to carefully flip it upside down without shaking it. And you're going to puncture 2 holes with your can opener on opposite sides. This way, when you're pouring out the coconut milk, it comes out evenly. Now what you can do with this extra coconut milk is actually put it in your hair, because it's really great for your scalp. Fun fact. Once you're done emptying out the milk after an hour, turn it over and just open the top of the can. And you want to do this over that bowl, otherwise the extra milk that's still in the can is going to fly everywhere. Be careful once you get to the end of opening the can, because once it pops off it's going to drop into the coconut milk and you don't want that. So just grab it, get the can opener off, open up the top of the can, and then you have frozen coconut fat. Next you're just going to pop this into the chilled bowl using your fork or spoon or a spatula or whatever floats your boat. Next you're going to take your chilled fork and just scrape the rest of that coconut fat off of whatever tool you use to get it out of the can. If you like coconut and you're doing this for yourself, you can go ahead and lick the spatula. It's not going to be very sweet tasting. It does just taste like raw coconut. If you do plan on using the coconut milk that you got from the can, just make sure to put it in like a Tupperware and refrigerate it, because it can go bad. So the next thing you're going to do is take your chilled fork and your big old metal bowl of coconut fat and you're going to mix it up with your fork. Now if you just got your coconut milk out of the fridge, unlike me, then it might be a little tough to mix up, but mine has warmed just slightly, which is making it easier for me to mix. Now the beauty of vegan whipped cream is that it's not made from dairy, so you can enjoy this without dying, unless you're allergic to coconut milk. Coconut milk is easier to digest than regular milk, and you also don't have to worry about it disturbing your bowel movements. After a few minutes of mixing, it should look very creamy like this, which is exactly how you want it to look. So once you've turned this into creamy goodness, just tap it off your frozen fork and set that to the side. And you're going to take your confectioner's sugar and your dry fork, and you're actually going to sift the confectioner's sugar with your fork. This way it adds air into it, which makes everything fluffy and wonderful. So like I said before, you can use up to 3.5 cups of confectioner's sugar, but I recommend starting out with less and then adding more as you need to taste, because it can get quite sweet and some people just don't like extremely sweet things. So once you're done sifting through your powdered sugar, just set the fork aside and you're going to apply a little bit at a time into your whipped cream. Then you take your frozen fork and you just mix that confectioner's sugar into your whipped cream. Now keep in mind that you want to do this as quickly as possible because if your whipped cream gets too warm, then it's not going to be very fluffy. It's just going to be goo. Once you're done mixing in the confectioner's sugar that you started out with, just take a tiny bit on the side. Make sure it's not a spoon you've already licked because that's just gross. And then taste it to see if it's as sweet as you'd like it to be. Wow, it's really good. It's perfect. So now that we're done making the whipped cream, we're just gonna pop it into some Tupperware and then put it in the fridge for tomorrow because I'm making pancake puffs and we're going to inject these into them. But you can add this on top of cakes, on top of your favorite desserts. Just do it the way you would have done with normal whipped cream. So that's how you make vegan whipped cream. Thanks Katie for requesting that recipe on enjoyahemsa.com. If you want this recipe and many more, just go to the site. It's under the blog section, and if you would like to request one, feel free to do so. So look forward to many more videos, movies. All right, see ya.